I remember having a conversation with a lady who was sitting on the stairs of her house, freezing, and saying that she had to leave the house every day and go to the shops to feel warm.
Well, I had applied for PIP for myself twice and I'd been refused twice. I also had 5 disabled children and I just didn't have the energy to fight. A lot of us don't have a happy ending because if you're not here, kids are likely to get the help they need. So a lot of us find another way out.
At the time I'd separated from my partner, so things were tough anyway.
British Gas Energy Trust is our main funder for our energy projects. They have helped us make a massive difference in our community.
The Xynthia Trust would not survive without the support of the British Gas Energy Trust.
We definitely feel that our service is ever more needed in these past few years. The funding from the British Gas Energy Trust has enabled us to employ 4 new staff.
Freya's just a beautiful, beautiful wee girl, and she has severe complex health and disabilities. Freya is very intensive care. That, on top of having to worry about having to pay a huge bill that you can't afford anyway, and the debt that's around it, is actually just a horrific thought.
Our aim is to make sure the whole family is supported through this extremely difficult time, and each method of support that we provide relieves the stress a bit for these families and just makes sure that the time that they have left with their child can be as precious and make memories, and we can deal with everything else for them.
We had a client that came in. He really wanted some help with just sort of cost of living. But then at the end of the appointment, he did have a call from the agency he was working from just to tell him that he'd been laid off work and he'd lost his job. It was something that we had to revisit with our client then in a totally different perspective. If we weren't in the community and we weren't providing that advice, then I'm not entirely sure where he would have gone.
British Gas Energy Trust have been fantastic. I know how valued they are as a funder of the advice organisations.
The British Gas Energy Trust post office pop-ups allow us to engage with a community that might not otherwise know that we're there. Knowing that British Gas helps other suppliers allows us to reach further in and be able to support people, maybe not only just with their fuel debt, maybe with other issues that they have as well. So it's a win-win for the people that we help.
Without the funding, they will not be able to help. It's good to have places like this that can point you in the right direction.
I lost hope with the human race, to be honest. They restored it back, without a shadow of a doubt.
They give me hope, they make my life better.
When I spoke to Money Matters, Damon was able to get my PIP done and backdated, which was a big, big thing. So it made life a lot easier for us, and it gives us a bit of a future to look forward to. What Money Matters and Damon does is life-changing.
My application got approved, so it totally wiped out any of my debt that I was in. I could then start again and get back on track, which is brilliant.
The importance of why we're all here is to see the differences that we make to the most vulnerable people and how we can enable them to continue with their lives and their future.